Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Walker. My co-host, as usual, is Kim. And
cheers.
Today, we're going to be talking about the fall conference season.
I love it.
But thank you to our friends at RepairPal for sponsoring the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast. RepairPal will introduce your shop to new customers through RepairPal.com, the largest site for auto repair. Learn more at RepairPal.com/shops. All right. Well, Kim, we are about to get into a marathon.
We are going to wear ourselves out.
It's funny how the industry kind of does that. There's some outliers, but most of the conferences are in the spring or in the fall.
Yep. We literally have labeled it the spring conference season and the fall conference season.
And we're talking about this. It's not really a marketing topic, although at most of these conferences you'll be able to go learn about marketing. Which is a great thing, but it is a topic that all of the shops, the shop owners and managers and technicians and all of that should be interested in, because it is a great opportunity for training.
Yeah. By the end of 2023, I think we will have attended 11 or 12.
Yeah.
We say conference, but some of them are just like small conferences or small events. But I'm going to tell y'all something, that I'm an extrovert. I thrive in the middle of people and doing all of that stuff.
I don't.
Not him. However, he wore me out earlier this year. I was so done with all of the travel and shows, and people all the time are like, oh, it must be so nice. You'll get to travel all the time. And we do. It is amazing.
It's nice.
We live a blessed life. There's no doubt about it. But it is exhausting. People don't understand this is not even what we were going to talk about really, but while I'm here, there's like an on toggle button. And so even though I love being in the middle of all of that, when that on switch is never off, it's exhausting.
Well, and it's funny because I am that introvert. I normally don't like being around a lot of people, but when I'm at these conferences, I'm around my people.
Yeah,
and
so it's different.
I really enjoy it. I don't get me wrong, I do get worn out at these conferences, but I don't get that mental fatigue that I normally get when I'm just around a whole bunch of people, because like I say, these are my people. These are, they're like me. I have so much in common with them. It's easy to talk to them. So I really enjoy it. Now, by the time November hits,
bless it,
we're going to be done.
So we're going to kind of pause on our typical marketing topics, and today we're talking to you about the fall conference season. And listen, this is not an exhaustive list. It is kind of exhaustive, but we're going to talk about a bunch of the shows coming up. So we're recording this. Today is June 29th. This will probably come out mid-July sometime. And when you listen, our intent is to help you get a better idea from our perspective of the variety of events coming up the rest of this year, maybe help you pick where you're going to go. Notice I didn't say if you're going to go, where you're going to go, because you should be attending industry events. So we're going to go over quite a few of them, just take them one by one and talk a little bit about them and why we like them. So go ahead. What's the first one?
Well, the first one is absolutely perfect for the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast because it is MARS.
Which stands for?
Marketing for Auto Repair Shops.
That's correct.
And who puts that on?
That is the Institute. Our friends Kent, Cecil Bullard, Jimmy Lee, over at the Institute for Automotive Business Excellence. This is going to be in September
in Ogden,
Utah. And our first time there was 2021. Mm-hmm. I think if this wasn't the first in-person event for the industry after the whole COVID took over the world, then it was one of the first. And so it was a smaller, more intimate setting. We had a great time there. And let's see, we think you taught a video class, and we did a lot of networking and just had a really, really good time. The whole focus for that conference, all things marketing. Do you want to add to that?
It was a great conference. It's that small, intimate conference. You get to really know the people who are there. The networking is great.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you'll have some of these conferences, and I love both types, but you'll have the ones that have 3,000 people at them, and there's so many people to meet, and you get to meet so many people. But when you're at these smaller conferences, the relationships that you build just kind of go deeper from the beginning because you get to spend more time with each person. But there's also much more opportunity at these smaller ones for you to get your questions answered and all that. So when you're listening to the speakers, if you have a question, they have time for you.
Yeah. And you can get information about that at wearetheinstitute.com. And honestly, I think they have I think they have a couple of links that will get you there.
Yeah, I for Abe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this year when we are there, gosh, we are teaching.
Mm-hmm. We're teaching, we're sponsoring.
I think we're going to help with the marketing panel. We'll have a table, a booth set up there. So we're excited. We're really excited to go there. We love doing events with them.
Great event. If you're looking for an event that's all about marketing, this is the only one that I know of.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
Yep, it is 100% about marketing your auto repair shop.
Yeah.
Great event.
Now, ironically, at the same time, shop owners,
same exact dates.
You have to make choices here, right? And it's just life, right? We got to make hard decisions sometimes. And since we can't be in two places, our team is going to our team. One of the members of our team, JR Portman, is going to be at the same time over in California.
Yep, at the ASCCA educational conference.
Yep. And that is also, again, same time, September 8th through the 10th in Costa Mesa. We have really enjoyed working with ASCCA. We have a number of clients who are members of ASCCA, presidents of chapters, Tim Shakarian, Tatsu. They're super involved in that organization, and a large, quite a few. We went to dinner with like 10 people, and they were all members of ASCCA. So that is going to be a good conference. I am pretty positive that is members only. So just check out their website, ascca.com. Go to training conferences. And you can learn more about that one if you are interested in that.
All right. And then just 2 episodes back, we had Chris Jones on from Ratchet and Wrench, and he spoke some about the Ratchet and Wrench conference that's coming up. That's going to be in Aurora, Colorado. That'll be September 21st through 23rd.
And it's
which Aurora is right outside of Denver.
Yeah. It's the Ratchet and Wrench Management Conference. So it's one of these smaller, more intimate, couple hundred people, but it is
maybe 400.
Okay. It is focused on management. So my understanding is there's no technical training there. This is more for shop owners. And I think they just put out their class agenda just recently. So you can go check that out. I believe that website is rwconference.com. So take a look at that. And if you are in that area, that is mid-September, September 21st. Through the 23rd. So they have management classes, they have networking events, obviously meals, and pretty sure there's vendor expo kind of stuff as well. We've never been to Ratchet and Wrench. We are still deciding if we're going to include that and try to mix that into the whole thing.
Because the very next weekend, we will be headed to
almost every weekend.
Raleigh, North Carolina to ASTE.
So we have roots with this.
Our shop was in Apex, North Carolina, which is a suburb of Raleigh. And
so ASTE is the event that is hosted by ASTE.
Which is the Automotive Service and Tire Association.
Correct. But it used to be there was the tire dealers and there was IGO of North Carolina. Those two merged just a couple of years ago. And so we were, when we had our shop, involved in IGO. And so we love this ASTE.
Yep. This conference will probably have 1,500, maybe 1,800 people.
Well, they really are blowing up.
I know they moved to a bigger location this year.
They moved to they're taking over, I think, an entire hotel conference center that's been newly renovated. And they are being super intentional about just really putting on an awesome, fun experience. So I don't know if it's public knowledge what we're going to be doing with
It's about to be public knowledge right now.
Oh,
because
is it?
we are sponsoring, along with the Institute for Automotive Business Excellence, we are co-sponsoring go-kart racing that Thursday night.
Is it Thursday night?
It is. It's Thursday
Well,
night.
how did you find out?
I asked our friend Lucas.
Oh, because I messaged Trisha, hadn't heard back from her. See?
Yep. So,
Okay,
so there's
Thursday
a
night.
go-kart track there in Raleigh, and we used to go there when we had our shop. We
Oh,
took
it is
our
that
team
one?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's going to be go-kart racing that Thursday night, and it's just going to be a blast. We're gonna do some things to really make that a fun event, as if it weren't already a fun event.
Yeah, but we're
But
gonna
we're going to try to
just-
take it to the next level.
Yeah, our team has been already brainstorming some ideas. We're going to get with Kent, Cecil, probably Jimmy, I would imagine, and really come up
Lex.
with some. Really come up with some very fun things to bring to that go-karting experience.
And
but,
no hints or anything, but shake and bake.
Oh my gosh. Aren't you supposed to say baby on there?
Probably.
Shake and bake, baby.
But
Okay.
hey, this event is, so it's management. It is technical,
as well.
and even though this really is part of management, but there will absolutely be some marketing classes, because I know we're teaching 4
We're
classes
teaching
there.
4 classes. By the way, so I'm teaching class. Haley, our digital advertising director, she's teaching class. Brian and I are teaching a class together.
And then I'm teaching one
And-
with Chris Enright.
Brian
All about
Walker
video.
and Chris Enright are teaming up to teach a video class together. So if we're teaching 4 classes, and so that is going to be chock full of amazing stuff. That whole event is just spectacular.
They have a great
And-
expo there, so you'll get to meet all of the vendors.
And we have to give a plug for ASOG, because that Friday night we are also sponsoring
The ASOG
dinner. So Auto Shop Owners Group is a group on Facebook. If you're not in it and you're a shop owner, you need to go get into that group.
We've said it many times, but ASOG is one of those things that I would give just about anything to have had access to something like that when we owned our shop.
For sure.
And I believe so much in it that we have just kind of become like a standing sponsor with them when they're having their dinner at ASTE and at Vision. And then I've heard they're talking about doing it at another show as well. But that's just hearsay right now. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
we love that group. We love that event. If you go back 3 episodes, we spoke with Scott Palava, who was the founder
Yeah.
of ASOG, and we get the entire story of how that group came to fruition.
Yeah. So it's a great group. Like, they are legit saving lives, saving businesses, saving families,
And she's serious when she says saving lives. Scott tells
Yeah,
a story
literally.
about at least one life that was saved.
Yeah. So, ASOG has a dinner on that Friday night during the ASTE event, and you'll want to register for that. So
The next
All right.
weekend, we'll be headed to Dallas.
we're going from Raleigh to Dallas.
So we're going from
We had already been from
Ogden,
Utah.
Ogden to possibly Aurora to definitely Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Now we're over to Dallas, and this is weekend to weekend to weekend.
Yeah.
So now Dallas for Bimmers.
And just for those who know us know that we are typically in our RV driving all these places.
Not this year.
I put the brakes on and said, we need to fly this time. I need to just in out, like not this cross country stuff. So we're flying in to Dallas.
No, we're driving to Dallas.
Oh, we're driving to Dallas because we'll be
Yeah.
home, and that's not far.
Yeah, it's like a 7-hour drive.
But it's Bimmers.
Yeah, so BIMERS is a conference for Euro shops. And this is going to be another great conference. We have a little bit of a specialty with specialty shops. And I wouldn't say that we specialize in specialty shops, but we have a lot of specialty
It's
shops
just kind of
that we work
naturally
with.
organic.
Well, and our
come up
shop
that
was a
way.
Euro shop.
Yeah, we were a Euro shop, but a lot of our shops fit into one of these kind of categories. They're a diesel shop. They're a European shop.
Yeah.
Several 4x4 off-road performance related shops.
Because our competitors tend to market everything like it's a general shop. So the specialty shops come to us because they want their marketing to actually work.
So
And
JR
I'm
went-
not trying to say that like cocky or arrogant or anything. It's just true. Marketing in a specialty shop is different. And we do it well. So it's a
the way,
natural fit for us to be at Bimmers.
I've pitched that class just for any of our specialty shop listeners. I've pitched that class. No one's picked it up yet, but a class about how to market for a specialty shop. So if you're interested in that, let people know. So JR went to Bimmers last year, which was not in Dallas. I think it was in Vegas.
It was, yeah.
Okay. So this year, Brian and Kim are going to Bimmers. And we have not yet been told if we're teaching a class that is allegedly supposed to come out soon. I just don't know, so I can't say, but we are sponsoring it. We will have a booth there. We will be there. And hopefully we will teach a class or 5 or whatever.
All right.
All right. So from Bimmers.
Oh, we get to stay home one weekend.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's by design, sir.
And it's actually only a week and a half, but we'll be driving home from Dallas, and then from there we'll be driving to Orlando.
Yeah. I'm super excited about this. And the funny thing is Gary Keys from the Florida Auto Care Alliance messaged me about teaching a class in Florida. And if you know Brian and I, you know we will go to Florida anytime.
It's our happy place.
Let me go to Florida, for sure. And so I basically just told him, heck yeah, let's do it. I didn't even look at the calendar, didn't know when. And I thought it was literally us just drive in, teach a class at maybe a restaurant or something. No, Gary Keys and Florida basically have like a really great conference they're putting together. They're calling it Accelerate, and it is October 13th through the 15th, our son's 21st birthday. We're teaching.
He doesn't want us hanging out with him on his 21st birthday, I promise you.
Yeah, so.
But this is in a fun place.
First of all, he's going to be
Yeah.
kind of busy. So this is going to be right at the Disney Springs area in Orlando. And look, Brian and I aren't necessarily big Disney fans, but we do love Disney Springs for sure. So it's going to be there. We're teaching 2 classes. I know Bill Haas is teaching. I think Rick White. Who's that technical guy that you really love? John
I don't
Thornton,
have a clue
I think.
who's teaching.
I think John Thornton might be teaching there, and I think you really like him.
John's like the OG.
Yeah, so that's going to be a great event in Florida in October. So definitely take a look at that. Florida Auto Care Alliance. I think it's FLACA.org. I think.
We built the website. You'd think we would
I
know.
know we built the website, but
Let me check
So-
it real quick.
Brian's going to check that out. Definitely take a look at that. So, no matter what region of the United States you're in, we're pretty much covering almost all of the bases or giving you something within reach that you can easily get to here at the end of this year. So, FLACA, I don't know if
It is FloridaAutoCare.org.
FloridaAutoCare.org. All right, and another event also on the East Coast, but in the Northeast. Brian and I went to this for the first time 2 years ago, so 2021. And
Man, what a cool location it is.
yeah, the Kalahari Resort
So
in
like
Pennsylvania,
bring your
in the
family.
Pocono Mountains. It's really very, very
It's a
cool.
giant indoor water park.
I just got off the phone today, like an hour or so ago, with Brett Fadley. So we're talking about Tools, by the way. Tools is the name of the event. It is put on by the AASP, Pennsylvania. And I was just talking to Brett about this conference, and he was telling me that their exhibit floor space is already sold out. They have a waiting list for people wanting to have a booth there. I think he said 30 or 50 different classes. I don't remember for sure exactly how many classes, but a lot of really good classes, some great speakers.
There's been a lot of people in the industry that are getting behind this one.
Yeah, really trying to
really
help
make it a great event. So this is one that to go to, and like I said, you bring your family to this. You got kids, especially young kids.
It's a no-brainer.
It is a vacation while you get to learn.
Yeah. So if you're one of our customers, you probably know Loretta and or Kendra. So Loretta is our lead graphic designer, and Kendra is one of our customer success managers, and they live in Pennsylvania. Well, truth be told, right, in typical know-like, trust fashion, Brian and I are not going to be there because family priorities. It happens to be the weekend of West
Army LSU.
Point coming to Louisiana to get their tails beat by LSU. And obviously people know our son.
We will be cheering for Army.
Yeah.
But
so our son is a cadet. He just got promoted to cadet corporal at West Point. And so they're coming home to Louisiana. So we are going to, I don't know if we're going to go to the game or if we're going to put up a big thing in the yard and watch the game, but we're not going to Tools for that reason. But our team will be there. So Loretta and Kendra are teaching a class on Friday afternoon. And actually the class I'm super excited about is how to host events at your shop. It's going to be a great class. Brett is very excited about it. We are very excited about it. We're sponsoring the event. We'll have a booth at the event. So go look for Kendra and Loretta and say hi. But go to aasp-pa.org and click on Tools to go learn more about Tools and check that out.
By the way, I should have said this in the beginning, but we're going to put the links to all of these in the show notes.
Yeah. All right. So after Tools and AASP, which is in late October 21st through the 23rd in the Pocono Mountains, then we're going West Coast. You're going. That's right. I said no.
Yep.
I said no.
Well, I'm going as a spectator this time to Apex and SEMA. We're not doing a booth. We're not teaching there, but I'm going to network. Me and one of our awesome clients, Matt Wag, have been talking about it since last year that we're going to the Las Vegas Super Speedway and we're driving exotic cars on the racetrack. Yep. And then we're going to hit up Apex and SEMA, and I'm really looking forward to just being able to go be a spectator.
Yeah,
I'm going to create I'm going to go into it with a goal of making a certain number of videos, content pieces, maybe record some podcasts.
Yep, with his small podcast traveling studio.
Yeah, or if Carm has some space, time in the podcast booth, then we might do the real deal. But I'll have the small studio with me, and it gets the job done. If you listened to our episode that we just did with Tim Stoll on on EOS. I'm so used to saying SEO, but EOS, which by the way, that's a great episode. It's one of my favorite episodes I think that we've ever done, and it's probably just because I'm so darn passionate about EOS.
Yeah, we're EOS fan people.
That is a great episode. That will be 3 episodes before this one. That's episode 55.
You just said the third episode before this was somebody else.
Second episode before this was Chris Jones.
Well, but you talked about Scott Palapa.
The one that came out on June 28th.
I don't know how you have all that memorized. Anyways.
Number
Apex
55. with Tim Still.
In Vegas. I'm going to tell you that we have long roots to that as well. Way back when we had our shop, they called it Automotive Industry Week, and we would go to the CARS conference, and we'd go over to SEMA.
CARS, NACE, SEMA,
Oh,
Apex.
yeah, NACE, all that. So Apex, and there's also SEMA, but one thing that's happening at Apex we need to be sure to talk about is Joe's Garage. That was really fun last year to see. It's literally like a shop on the show floor.
Like
There's
lifts bolted into the ground, wired up,
Yeah.
cars on them. All of the equipment is actually there for you to use, to work with. And it drives me nuts because I know shop owners that they go for SEMA. And look, I mean, when I was growing up, I was that kid that was all into cars. And, you know, I read Truckin' Magazine and, you know, everything was SEMA, SEMA, SEMA. So I grew up always wanting to go to SEMA. So I get it. I understand why the shop owners, the car guys, they want to go to SEMA. But y'all, you got to go. Apex starts the day before SEMA. At least go in one day early and go to Apex. It is a great event. They have good training there. I know there's training at SEMA as well, but there's great training at Apex.
And if it's
Joe's Garage is pretty amazing.
If it's set up the same way, people tend to naturally just go upstairs to the big, huge expo floor area of Apex, but downstairs on the main floor is where Joe's Garage is.
Well, the main floor is upstairs. So downstairs is where Joe's Garage is.
Either way, go find Joe's Garage. Don't sleep on that. You really want to go in there. It's very, very cool. You know, as Brian said, the main floor, I guess, is the big expo area where you can see all of the cool products and all that. But
All the parts vendors.
There's a lot of stuff downstairs in Joe's Garage. So definitely go take a look at that. Okay, and we only have one more that we are going to share with you, and this is one we've not been to, but we've heard about it, and it is also, I need to make sure that this date is right. I'm going to take a quick peek here, but
So it's Super Saturday.
and it's the Mid-Atlantic
Auto Care Alliance.
Auto Care
So
Alliance.
MAACA.
So November 10th through 11th. And so that is going to be in Pennsylvania as well.
And they call it Super Saturday, but it's actually, is it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Saturday? It's 2 days.
It's Thursday. Oh wait, they're adding on events Thursday and Sunday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is big.
Okay.
Wow.
So they're going to have to start calling it like Super Long Weekend.
I know, right? So it's at the Radisson Hotel in, I don't know how to say this, Trevose, Radisson Hotel, Philadelphia Northeast. So that is already on the website. It's midAtlanticACA.org/super-Saturday.
We're going to have to check this one out sometime. We're going to have to go to that. And that might be, you know, since you're not letting me drive us all over the world, this fall, next fall, it's going to be back on. And we might just have to end it with Super Long Weekend.
You know, here's the thing. You know that I'll pretty much go to the northeast area just about any time, and that will become a business expense so that I can make a little visit somewhere.
This woman, she has got to be in West Point. Like,
People love their kids. It's
know.
not, I mean, I love my kid.
So yeah, I have no problem talking her into going into the Northeast, but I'm thinking next. So we did we did a big trip in the spring this year, and next year I think it'll be back to the fall. Probably both.
You're talking about going to that thing Darren Barney invited you to, which is going to be a road trip in the spring.
Well, of course.
So you just said it. So that's another spring and fall.
Easter Jeep Safari.
No. There was something else.
No, that's early. That's in January. That's in St. George, Utah.
Okay.
Not going to that one.
This is why Kim has said no to some things. I'm staying my tail at home. Unless he built me a Jeep.
Yeah, that's possible.
Anyway, y'all, listen. We're going to put all of these links in the show notes. So go take a look at that. jump into our Facebook group. Tell us where you're going, because we'd love to meet up with people. I really would love to schedule Brian to visit a bunch of people when he's in Vegas. That would be great.
I'm not scheduling anything. I'm going to meet up with a bunch of people. I'll schedule it when I get there.
So listen, y'all let us know where you're going. And also, if there is an event we did not talk about, let us know. We know there's a couple that we didn't talk about because we just don't really know. We know they're going on, but we don't really know a lot of information about them. But there's plenty of opportunity for shop owners to get involved, go get trained. There are shops that close and bring their entire team, all that kind of stuff. So get out there, get trained, get involved, network, make some connections, and all that good stuff. So we're excited. It's going to be a very, very busy end of 2023, but we're not doing anything in December.
Nothing.
We're not. We're going to the Army-Navy game in Boston. I just got tickets today.
All right, y'all. Thank you again for listening. We are just one podcast on the Aftermarket Radio Network. You can find out all about the other podcasts at aftermarketradionetwork.com. We hope you'll listen again next week. And until then, go fill those bays.